It's just gone lunchtime. This is All Angles here on eNCA. Good afternoon. I'm Masakho Ratlacha. It is that time of the day when we give you an update on how far many of the stories we've been following up for you throughout the course of the day have advanced. Here's your lunchtime update. Our reporters have been out and about bringing us the latest news on our top stories. Let's get an update now on the developments. I'm joined by Heidi Jokos in Diepkloof in Soweto, and Ronald Masinda is in East London, that's in the Eastern Cape. Heidi, let's start with you. A protest in Soweto and Diepkloof this morning over a lack of electricity at one of the hostels. Earlier you told us that community members or leaders were talking to the police. Have they reached an agreement yet?
It seems not as yet, Masako. We did see a rather volatile and chaotic scene here earlier on, where community members decided to block the road of leading into and out of Soweto here, Chris Hani Road, and they decided that was the only way to really get authorities to understand what they are basically fighting for, which is access to electricity, proper and adequate housing, as well as ablution facilities, so water and sanitation. Community members were trying to block the road again throughout the morning, and police decided to move in and really try and get the community to go back inside. We can see that there is police further up. They have gone back to their stations. There is still a police signala. There is still police presence here. We haven't gotten word yet from the community members as to what exactly they are planning to do. It seems as though they still are meeting after they engaged with police a short while ago. But let's listen to what one of the community members had to say to us in terms of what their concerns are and why they've decided to take to the streets.
The residents, yes, they are angry and they are trying to fight back the police, but there is this influence of alcohol. Yeah, we know what happened earlier. So there is the influence of alcohol. But on the same note, let the government help these people because they've got anger. They've got anger. They've been bottling this anger. Now they're taking out to the wrong people. They're taking out to the media, to the police, to the wrong people. Should the government do the right thing? We will be talking about this. There would be no situation like this. But since we have been kind to government and the government that doesn't assist us, I'm not trying to protect what they did. I am sorry, it is wrong. But should we have houses, water and sanitation, electric? We wouldn't be in this situation.
All right, Ronald, let me come to you. Today marks a year since 21 young people died mysteriously at the eNCA Tavern. Community members and families are commemorating this tragic event today. How's that going?
Good afternoon, Masakho. Well, there was a bit of confusion earlier on, as we were told by some of the people who are commemorating the lives of the 21 young people who died at the eNCA Tavern. We were told to leave the venue as a young survivor was about to talk about her own experiences, but now we have been told that this survivor will no longer be speaking out of fear of victimization. But earlier on we saw quite emotional scenes inside the venue as some family members broke down in tears as they remember this occasion as a day where they lost their young lives. But what we can also confirm during this hour is that some of the things that were said here were about how they also want a remembrance wall for those kids who died at eNCA Tavern, and that there are concerns as to why we haven't seen officials, high-ranking officials at this particular venue. They feel that since so many promises were made in order to change young people's lives in the communities of Scenery Park, that officials had to be here to mark the occasion with them. What we also know is that some of the parents have been told that they mustn't take the blame for what took place at eNCA Tavern, because it could have happened to any children. But what we also heard earlier on is that they will now also address some of the challenges faced here in Scenery Park. Underage drinking is still prevalent, not only in Scenery Park, Maseko, but the Buffalo City Metro also releasing a statement about underage drinking that took place at East London's beach, where around 700 young people gathered there to enjoy a pens down party. So that is what we heard earlier on. But also Khululekile Ncandane, one of the parents, worried that in as much as the trial is ongoing, where Siya Khangela and Vuyokazi Ndevu are facing charges relating to selling alcohol to children, that these two individuals are still continuing their life as normal. Let's take a listen to what Mr. Ncandane had to say earlier.
Well, forgiveness, it's a big weight. And before someone has to be forgiven, he or she needs to show remorse. But as far as Mr. Ndevu, he doesn't show any remorse. For the mere fact that he goes to that area where our children passed away and does what he has been doing, to be told that he's selling bottles or whatever, but still, that's still to run a business. Yes, we've heard about him trying to open another tavern around Scenery Park, but the community of this area didn't allow that. They made sure that this doesn't happen. So we are so grateful to the community of Scenery Park for standing up for the right things, for what they believe is right, to say nothing like this they will allow to happen in their area, more especially for someone who's still before the courts of law, but he still wants to continue as if nothing has happened.
All right, that was your eNCA lunchtime update from all angles with reporters Ronald Masinda and Heidi Jokos. Thank you, team. Let's leave it there for now.